this is the Geeky Dad here. And we can't do this show without content. So, if you're looking to promote something, let us know. Do you have a graphic novel, children's book, animated series, movie? We'll review it. And if you're a geeky dad, we'll love to have you on. So, contact us at thegeekydadpodcast@gmail.com. And guess what? We need all the help we can get. So, if you want to advertise with us as well, contact us at thegeekydadpodcast@gmail.com. Now, on with the show!
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Yes, Steve, you don't have to tell the audience that every week. Anyhow, this is episode 2 of The Geeky Dad. I'm your host, Rafael Moran. I just took the kids trick-or-treating. They're now counting up all their candy and percolating on all the sugar they have. Once they calm down, I'm gonna let them watch a little horror movie. Nothing R-rated, okay? Something PG-13. At my age, in the 80s, I saw a particular movie that scared the hell out of me. So I'm gonna see if this same movie scares my kids too. We're gonna watch Gremlins and Gremlins 2. Yeah, you gotta do the double combo. So after they watch that, they should have most of the sugar drained from their body. And we're gonna come back and I'm gonna get a review of those movies from the lens of these little kids, you know, that are used to all these special effects spectaculars. Let's see if this movie from the 80s can hold up with the eyes of these modern audience kids, you know. They hate watching anything old, but I try to, nudge them into some classic movies here and there, you know. So far, I got them to watch all of the Indiana Jones movies, even Crystal Skull. They like them all. I'm starting to get them into the classic Star Wars movies. They've seen episode 1, 2, and 3. Now, what we're doing, basically, is we're watching all of the movies in sequential order. And that includes the TV shows. So, we did episode 1, and then we did episode 2, and then we went through all of Clone Wars. And then we did episode 3, and now we're doing Bad Batch and Rebels, and they've seen Solo, and they've seen Rogue One. So in a couple of months, after they finish Rebels and finish Bad Batch, we're gonna watch A New Hope. So I'm hoping to do a dedicated Star Wars New Hope review episode with the kids and see what their views are on that franchise after so many years. And, it's kind of weird that they're seeing it in order, because when we grew up, we saw it out of order. And it kind of has a different, a different feeling when you watch it in the original order. Because you kind of know who Darth Vader is already. The kids know who Darth Vader was. They weren't shocked when he turned into Anakin Skywalker. And they pretty much already know that Luke is the son of Darth Vader. So they don't know about that shock that we felt as kids when we heard, "Luke, I am your father." You know, they didn't know about that. But I mean, they still like it. So after they calm down, I'm going to take them down to a section in the house that I built. For the last 10 years, I've been building a special room in the house. It's not creepy, guys. It's not a kill room or anything like that. It's not a weird fetish room or anything like that. No. This is a kid room. And the kids and I have come up with a name for this room. It's called the Multiversal Chamber or Multi-Universal Chamber. We're still, grinding out the title for what this room is going to be. So basically, in this room, it's, if any kid ever came over to our house, and, we'll have some kids over, but, COVID, so we're kind of limiting people coming to the house. But one day, I hope to have other kids come down here. It's basically a room divided up into sections. We have a Marvel section. We have a DC section. Okay? We have a Barbie section, a Disney princess section, and what else? Oh, of course, we have a Star Wars section, and then we have basically a miscellaneous section. They have their Voltrons, and they have their, all the other miscellaneous shows that don't fit into the other categories. But, the kids basically go from one section to one section, and sometimes they mix match different universes, have their own little adventures, with their toys. They have a ton of toys, my gosh. So it's like their own little wonderland without technology. They don't have any, we do have one of those arcade one-ups, arcades in there. We have a Marvel Capcom arcade one-up in there. I wanted to add a Ninja Turtles arcade one-up, but I can't find any more of those. So if anybody out there has one, wants to donate one to the cause, please do. So once they come down, we're going to bring them down into the chamber, as they say. And, I'm going to interview them and see what their, what they thought of Halloween and what they thought of the movie. And after that, later on, I'm going to review the movie Dune. Yes, Dune. I'm done seeing Dune. And I'm going to give my opinions on the Dune. And I also have some opinions on the Eternals movie. Yes, I did see the Eternals movie. And I will give my opinion on that. And, this is just in breaking news. The new Book of Boba Fett trailer just came out, and it looks very damn cool. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say the D word, but yes, it is very cool. I'm interested to see what the kids will think about seeing that. They're not the biggest Boba Fett fans. They didn't grow up with Boba Fett. They're more into the Mando. But as an old school fan of Star Wars, I am digging this trailer for the Boba Fett series, and I cannot wait to see this series. So once again, Disney Plus, kudos to you. And then I also want to talk about the Morbius trailer. I didn't think I would ever be excited for a Morbius movie, but you did it. I did it, and I can't believe it. And they did. I am pretty excited for that movie. For such a obscure character in terms of Marvel, they've really made me want to see that movie. I actually want to see that movie than I do the Eternals. Unfortunately, I already seen the Eternals. So It's am I revealing what I think about that movie already? Pretty much, yeah. And I actually think that this movie might be pretty cool. The fact that they are incorporating all these other universes together, it's a nice notion. So yeah, thumbs up for the Morbius trailer. Thumbs up for the Book of Boba Fett trailer. And let's go with the rest of the show. We're live, and it's the Halloween episode. And where are we?
We're in the multiversal chamber.
That's what we call this place. It's a place filled with all different type of toys from different type of universes, like Marvel, and
DC,
and
Star Wars,
and Star Trek too. No Star Trek. You guys don't like Star Trek.
I know nothing about it.
Yeah. What's your name, miss?
My name is Ariana Das.
Okay. And you?
Rayon.
Oh, good. And how old are you, Ariana?
I'm 9 years old.
And how old are you?
6.
Okay. Now, what did you dress up as for Halloween, Ariana?
I dressed up as Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
And
How many Supergirls were there in your class?
2.
Two?
Me and Valentina.
Oh.
No, everyone kept on saying that I looked more like her.
Really?
Yeah, because
Even without the blonde hair, you look like
you look a
Supergirl.
little bit more like her. Because Valentina's had her Supergirl logo on her skirt.
On her skirt?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them on her skirt. But then
Wait, what kind of costume is that?
Supergirl?
Okay, that's just lame. All right. Okay, you boy, what did you dress up as?
Nightwing.
Oh, and does anybody in your class know who Nightwing is?
No.
Of course, and you're the only one that knows who Nightwing is.
Yes.
Did they
Yeah.
Did they ask who you were?
Yes.
And what did you tell them?
I'm Nightwing.
And when they said I'm Nightwing, what did they say?
Who's Nightwing?
Yeah, that's a good answer because that proves that you guys are the real fans and they're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that also means because I taught you guys well. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Yep. Now, did you get a lot of candy?
Yes. Wait. We got 1 bucket full.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, 2 bucketfuls,
Right.
I think. And then we also had Raidens, which was I think, basically another bucketful.
Oh, good. And in your class, were there any Batmans there?
Not in my class, but in other people's class.
Did you see any Batmans in your class?
No.
What's going on? What happened? Batman's not popular anymore? What's going on?
I don't know. 10 people in a different class was...
What about Marios? Any Marios?
Yes. I think I saw 2 Marios outside at recess.
Really?
Yeah. You had the hat.
I
and,
saw
the overalls
one whole class dressed up as Batman.
You
Oh.
could not.
Oh.
Even the girls. Oh, wait, they could be back now.
Okay, one year, what we're gonna have to do is you'll be Mario, your brother will be Luigi, and you can be Peach?
But then I have to fall in love with him.
It's called acting. Okay?
I'd rather do Rosalina. They don't even have it.
Then you're my daughter.
I know, that's even worse.
Okay, we can do something else. We can do let's see. Wanda and Vision.
Woo, yes!
Oh wait, that means you're gonna have to fall in love with each other, huh?
And then he's gonna die.
He's a robot. You can always rebuild him.
Yeah, he's gonna die 1,000,000 times.
And then I'm gonna
But I'm not gonna even be able to move.
Okay. On this episode, you're not going to be a part of the whole episode, okay? I'm going to do a review of a couple of different movies. I'm going to do a review.
Spooky, right?
No. Okay. You want to do a review? You'll do a review. You guys saw a horror movie this weekend for Halloween. You saw Gremlins for the very first time, right?
Wait, I thought it was oh wait, we saw both of them.
Yes, and part 2. Some of part 2. But we're going to review the one that you saw. The first Gremlins.
Okay, I hope I'm gonna remember.
Okay, do you remember what you saw in that movie?
Maybe, kinda? Okay. I remember some parts. Some parts I don't remember.
Okay, tell me how you feel. Was it scary in some parts?
I thought it was gonna be scary, but then when I really looked at them, they weren't really scary. Cause I was like super scared to watch the movie. I always came up with excuses and stuff to not watch it.
Yeah. That movie was made in the 1980s. Okay, it's a very old movie. Way before your mom was born. Not before I was born. I'm ancient, so I was a little kid back then.
No, you were probably like 6 years old.
Around,
could have been
around your brother's age, yes. Now, it's an old movie. How did the special effects look for a movie that's old?
bad, weird. Gizmo could have been cuter.
Did it look realistic?
Yeah.
Looked
I
like
guess, yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
people would. It looked like a lot of people were dying.
Yeah, in that town, I don't think they're dying, they're getting hurt bad, but yeah.
What about that guy that was on the floor?
Did you
and got
know?
Injected?
Did you know all the creatures in that movie were puppets?
I knew they looked like toys or something.
Mm-hmm.
How did you find that out?
They didn't have computer effects back then.
So Gizmo's So Gizzy is a puppet.
Yeah, basically, that's why Grogu looks exactly like Gizmo, because he's also a puppet.
Oh.
Wait, you thought Grogu was a real...
No, I thought they used a toy.
a toy?
Yeah.
Right. Well, a puppet is kind of like a toy.
Yeah.
Now, what we need to do one day,
What?
we need to get a Gizmo toy.
Mine's.
I saw a striped toy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We get a Gizmo toy and a Grogu toy, and we have them fight to the death. No?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
No.
Well, who would win? Well, I know who would win.
Grogu.
That's
Grogu.
easy. I shouldn't even ask. That's just a dumb question.
Grogu.
Grogu will totally kill.
Yeah, he could just choke him to death.
Yeah.
But Grogu would never kill.
Yeah, instead they're probably just gonna become friends.
Or Grogu might want to eat him.
You got a point.
But they look the same.
Not really. The gremlins kind of look like nasty looking frog thingies.
No. That's only when they turn into...
The lizard ones. Yeah.
That!
Or they look like, their cocoons kind of look like an egg. Grogu might want to eat the cocoon.
I thought he would learn a lesson from, the spider episode.
Well, you should know. You never learn your lesson when you do bad things.
No, that's Rayon!
No, that's you.
Rayon.
You.
Rayon.
You.
Rayon.
You.
Rayon.
You.
Okay. Now,
You.
what are you going to dress up for next Halloween?
Mario.
I was thinking Mal, and then you guys said that, Gran should be Daddy, and then I should be Mama, but then I said, before that, when I said I was gonna become Mal, I said, nothing's gonna stop me. But then again, it's probably gonna like get sold out all the costumes because, or probably they won't even have it because I bet you the only reason they had those the Descendants 3 costumes were because the new movie had come out, or should I say, show episode.
Right.
Because it was like 22 minutes.
I still think that you're probably better off dressed up as Kamala Khan next year.
How am I gonna get the thing?
They sell it.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? I changed my mind. We're gonna do Kamala Khan. Perfect.
Right.
I already was Captain Marvel. So.
Yeah. Or Kate Bishop. You already have bow and arrows.
Perfect. I don't think I can take that to school.
Oh yeah.
At least he doesn't have mask.
Yeah. She doesn't have a mask.
I could just hope. I hope she doesn't have it at the head. Does she have a headband?
I don't think she has a headband.
Thank
No.
goodness.
No.
Thank goodness. Wait, don't they wear sunglasses?
Yeah, they do. They do
great.
sometimes. Yeah.
They look good in purple. That's what it
Now,
said in the article.
I am not taking you guys to a movie theater because it's dangerous to take little kids to movie theater because of COVID.
If it wasn't COVID, you would take me on more dates. Yeah.
Yes, so this is why we cannot take you to see the Eternals. Okay?
Yeah. Just like everything else,
So
Shang-Chi and-
we will wait until
It comes to
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Same thing with
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. But you did see
WandaVision.
WandaVision, right?
Mando.
You like Mandalorian, yeah.
A lot.
And
A lot.
and you liked Loki.
Yeah!
Oh, and you liked Falcon.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yes.
Oh,
Except
but
it was very twisty that the girl was Flag Smasher or
yeah,
whatever.
and you did love What If?
I did totally. That's totes. Totally.
Okay, so out of all the Disney Plus shows, what was the best show?
What if?
What If?
Wait.
Come on.
What if? Yeah, he's right.
What If?
Yeah,
So-
because it has the most heroes.
And the second best?
WandaVision.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, I like Mandalorian. I do. And I would put Loki number 3.
Yeah.
Then Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then WandaVision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Started off kind of weird, black and white and stuff.
It was going from it's going by decades, I think.
Right. Anyhow, do you know anything about the Eternals?
Thena, you keep on saying that Thena is either Thanos' sister or cousin. You still don't know who.
Yeah. I don't think Marvel is doing a good job educating the young kids about the Eternals too much.
No, this is the first time that they ever even put it.
I mean, I think kids knew more about Shang-Chi than they ever did about, the Eternals, right?
Yeah, I know about the Mandarin because I watched the Iron Man show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have maybe did some Eternals, put them in some episodes of the cartoons or stuff to
Yeah, they should have
Make
made
the
an
kids-
Eternal show. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I was saying that they should have made Eternals into a show too. Yeah.
Do you have a comic of it?
I have a couple of comics. Yeah.
If you have if there's a show or an episode with them, you would know more about them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well.
I only know about Thena.
Yeah. What about that new movie? What's it called?
The Addams Family?
No. The big new movie that's out right now. It's called Dune. What the hell is that about?
I don't know.
You have no.
No!
idea.
Clue.
No
No clue.
idea. No,
No clue.
nothing.
Wait. All I know is that MJ's gonna be in it.
Yeah, and they have weird things in their nose.
Yes, very weird.
What is that stuff in their nose?
I don't know. It looks like hair.
It looks like hair is in their nose.
Yeah.
Oh, lots of weird hair. I think
think
it
it
was there. It looked like it was theirs.
Yeah. Well, probably not, those two movies are not probably movies you guys might like anyhow.
What?
Dune or Eternals. Maybe Eternals, but I don't
Probably
think.
in Eternals.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
probably not understand some stuff. I'll probably forget about some, but I'll probably like it. Plus, you already got me the Thanos toy, and if I don't care if I find out that she's a bad guy. Then I'm making an alternate what if that she's actually a good guy.
I have no idea what you just said, but that's all for the show for now. Yes, say bye-bye from the multi-universal chamber. Say bye-bye.
It's a multiversal chamber.
Oh, multiversal chamber. That's what this place is called.
Multiversal.
Not the
thing.
whatever you just said.
Okay.
Multiversal.
Okay.
Chamber.
Go back to your chamber, okay? I have to
But
go.
we are in.
Yes, you stay in the chamber. I'm gonna go. Bye.
Bye.
I will have a rattlers back for myself. He who controls the spice controls the universe. And what Piter did not tell you is we have control of someone who is very close to Duke Leo.
Yeah. That's a scene from David Lynch's 1984 Dune. Yeah. I mean, is there any other way to say that title? Can't just say Dune, you know. You got to give it some kind of epic tone to the title. You got to say, like, you know, Dune, or, you know, Dune. I mean, the movie's trying to be so epic and broad and grandiose. So, you know, you got to give it the title the same type of emotion. Unfortunately, I think this new version of Dune is not as good as I thought it was going to be. I'm a fan of this franchise. I saw the 1984 movie many times already. David Lynch in 1984 made a very, very strange movie. A movie with worms and sand, people fighting over spice, and weird guys with boils all over their face. I mean, it's a trippy movie, to say the least. It's very unique. I saw the Alan Smithy version, which is basically the director fought with the studio and took his name off the movie and decided to change the title of the director to Alan Smithy, which is a term they use in Hollywood when a director does not want his name on the movie. And I also saw the TV edit, which was I remember when I was a kid, it was a 2-night event movie. They basically stretched the theatrical version of the movie into a 4-hour miniseries, and it was so strange because the TV version of it had like illustrations and narrations that explained like entire backstories and histories. It was pretty crazy that they did that back in the 80s. I don't think they would do that now. I don't think kids would watch like pseudo documentary added into a movie. Anyhow, regardless, this new Dune has a lot of problems. I mean, Denis Villeneuve, I'm not the biggest fan of in general. Yeah, a lot of people think he's the second coming of cinema, but I think he's a little bit, pompous in his filmmaking. He tries to be like artful and highfalutin with his movies, but I just find him to be a bore most of the time. He same thing with Chris Nolan. I don't see what the big deal is about those two directors. I think they're one-trick ponies. They linger in shots too long, and I don't think they know how to shoot action at all. I didn't find any of the action scenes in any of the Chris Nolan movies to be exciting per se. Maybe one or two scenes in Dark Knight and maybe one or two scenes in Batman Begins. But in general, when these directors shoot action, it's kind of like they are trying to get to the more dramatic parts. They didn't really want to focus on the action. And you need a good director to balance everything. That's why, in my opinion, the best Denis Villeneuve movie, in my opinion, was Prisoners, because it didn't really have action scenes per se. It's mostly a drama, And I think he excels at just drama between two people. And, you could say his movies are, beautiful to look at. They have great cinematography. But guess what? That's the cinematographer. That's not really the director. The cinematographer does all of that. And he chooses pretty good cinematographers. And art direction. Blade Runner 2049, that was beautiful to look at. But the movie was a slog to get through, in my opinion. And it's the same thing with the movie Dune. It's beautiful to look at in some spots. It's epic in scale and look and feel. But in terms of acting, I felt everyone felt a little cold, distant, unemotional in many spots. In fact, the only one that had some life in it was Jason Momoa. Whenever he was on the screen, he just lit up the whole thing for me, because he felt natural, he felt real, felt energetic. And Paul Atreides was a very emo-looking kid. I didn't really care if he lived or died. I cared more when his father died, Oh, by the way, this is heavily spoilered. I mean, it's not like it's an old franchise. I mean, what am I spoiling, really? It's a 50-year-old franchise. And for some of the young kids out there that saw this movie, they'd probably think, that this movie's a ripoff of Star Wars. But in fact, Star Wars, in my opinion, ripped off a lot from Dune. I mean, just look at it, You got people living in the desert, the sand people on Tatooine. You got the sandworms that are also on Tatooine. And spice is in the Star Wars universe. They fight over that all the time. And, there's an emperor also. An evil emperor. And for some reason, everybody is fighting with swords. And they have spaceships. I don't get it, So strange. They hardly ever use their laser guns. And then, of course, the Bene Gesserit. Well, I don't know if I said that right. Anyhow, they're basically the Jedi. And they have force powers. They can control people with their minds. It's insane how close the two franchises are, really, you know? And then there's also the whole Chosen One thing, you know? I mean, I guess you can go back to all of that to Joseph Campbell and Journey of the Hero type of theory. But basically, they're all the same in terms of tone. And you can tell, like, George Lucas just picked and choose different aspects, you know, from Dune and Flash Gordon and old samurai films and even westerns, you know. It was like a hodgepodge of everything into one movie. But as for this movie, Denis Villeneuve's movie, it has some good moments, like I was saying, but if you are probably not knowledgeable of Dune, because my wife, for instance, every 5 minutes was trying to ask me, what does this mean? What is that? What is that? What is that doing? Who is that? I don't know. Why are they doing this? Why are they spitting all over the place? You know, I mean, I know this mythology a little bit. I even saw the old sci-fi TV miniseries with a young Professor X, which is so funny because the original Dune also had Professor X in it, Patrick Stewart. So it's like maybe they should have did another. Maybe somebody in this movie will be a Professor X in the next X-Men movie. Who knows? It kind of seems like they're, you know, every Dune movie for you know, telling the future of who's going to be cast in the X-Men. Anyhow, this movie main flaw is that it's long, and they tend to linger on a lot of pointless scenes, in my opinion. And it tends to end very abruptly. And not in a exciting way, like a cliffhanger type of way. You know, like, oh my God, I gotta see what happens next type of scene. It's just, okay, we are walking away now. We're all friends, let's go. Bye. You know, that's basically how it ends. And I probably would have rather they actually did the entire movie in a 4-hour epic conclusion to everything type of grand, long movie. I mean, come on. I mean, I didn't see this in the theaters, by the way. I saw it on HBO Max. So it's not like it mattered to me how long it was. I could have easily started it again. But I'm assuming they're doing this because of the theatrical run. But they've had movies longer than this before, and they've done well. And hey, say what you want about the David Lynch movie, but he did everything in one movie, the whole story. I mean, he skipped a lot of stuff, but I understood it. I thought it was a fun movie, and it had better performances. I mean, the guy with the moles all over his face, you know, the boils and stuff, that guy was a creepy son of a gun in the original movie. The Baron Harkonnen in this one, he was creepy too, but he was more of a Jabba the Hutt type of creepy, you know? He's just floating around and just big and fat. And for some reason, he's like taking a bath in oil, like black oil. I don't know, whatever. I'm hoping they are doing part 2. I'm going to watch part 2, and I'm hoping that, you know, it'll be a little bit more coherent together with the two movies. But all in all, I would say not quite a thumbs up, kind of a halfway thumbs to the side, but not thumbs down. So it's okay movie-going experience. And it's a worthwhile watch, I guess, you know. If you got a couple of hours to burn and kill. If you're a sci-fi fan, Dune fan, I guess it's good to see. If you're not into sci-fi and stuff like that, probably not the type of movie you'd want to start off with. Because it's not like a fun sci-fi, you know. There's a couple of quips here and there, but not that much. Yeah, I think you'd be more confused than anything when you watch this movie. And the kids were not into this at all, you know. And most of the time when I'm watching movies these days, I want to watch a movie that me and the kids would enjoy. And I don't think they enjoyed it. Maybe when they're a little older, they'll appreciate it a little bit more. But as of right now, they didn't really like it. In fact, I'm thinking of having them watch the original David Lynch movie to give them some nightmares. You know, because that movie is creepy as hell. And speaking of the worms, for some reason, I thought the worms in the Lynch movie looked cooler for some reason, even though they look like puppets. It's so weird. I didn't really like the look of the worms in this movie. They just look like a giant mouth of teeth. I don't know. I mean, they were bigger, you know, grander. But, you know, I don't know. Sometimes it's maybe nostalgia or something, but I guess I like the Lynch version a little bit better. I thought it was a little bit more fun. Anyhow, that's my thoughts on that movie. Go enjoy Dune if you want. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm not doing Dune anymore until I see Dune Part 2. All right. See you later. Until the next review. And now for the Eternals movie review. Yes, I got a chance to see an early screening of the Eternals, and I'm going to give some spoilers. Now, first off, I will say that I was disappointed. Yes. This is not like a lot of the other Marvel movies, and I mean they're still like the hidden inside jokes and setups for all these future Marvel storylines, but it moves at a different pace, and it has too many characters you're not familiar with, so you don't have enough time to actually get to know the characters. It has nice cinematography in certain spots, but I felt, as a whole, almost all of the actors were miscast. Okay? I did not like the casting of Cersei. I thought, Gemma Chan was already a character in Miss Marvel. I mean, there's so many actors out there. You could have gave another person a chance. It's a bit, confusing for people seeing the same actor in different roles. I mean, you can do better than that, Marvel. You don't need to have this actress. And I'm sorry, she's not that great of an actress that you need to, put her in another thing. I mean, in my opinion, when I used to read the Avengers comics, I always pictured Cersei as a person of Greek heritage, not Asian. Same thing with Gilgamesh. I don't think he was ever of Asian persuasion. I felt a lot of these casting decisions were just made just to fill the quota. Same thing with the character of Kingo, played by Nanjil. I'm not going to say his name right, so I'm not going to even attempt. But he's a actor from Pakistani background. And, most Bollywood stars are not actually from Pakistan. They're actually from India. And I felt that's a little bit... I thought it was a little bit racist. Just because the guy is brown doesn't mean he has to be a Bollywood star. Why didn't you just get an actor from Bollywood to play the role? And I felt in those scenes that were supposed to be from Bollywood, it wasn't really realistic, in my opinion. It didn't come off as very genuine. It felt like a white dude pretending to be Indian. I'm sorry. He does not have the acting chops to portray that. I think they just hired him because they needed a comedic popular actor in the movie, and they don't know anybody else that's brown. And the last brown guy that was any comical sense in a comic book movie was already in Deadpool, so they didn't know anybody else, and then probably Cal Penn did not want to buff up for the role or something. As a brown person myself of Indian descent, I didn't appreciate that at all. There's a lot of good actors in Bollywood, and I thought they could have easily picked one. So, yeah. Some of his lines were funny, but I did not appreciate him in the movie. Hey, kudos, he bulked up for the role. That's nice. Okay. Angelina Jolie, on the other hand, was good. She was pretty cool in that movie. I liked her little power set, It's different from other Marvel movies, It's not the regular, I got eye beams or I got powers from my hands and stuff like that. So, all in all, I thought the rest of the cast was okay. And the villain of this movie, it's always hard to have a villain, and I'm going to spoil this. There's multiple villains of this movie, and there's a lot of red herrings to this movie. One of the main villains, the Deviants, are CGI creations, and I felt they looked a little too fake looking for me. I didn't like their design. I kind of like the way that they used to be portrayed in the comic books. They look more creepy for some reason. Very creepy. And for this movie, they all looked just so rubbery and fake looking. In fact, a lot of the action scenes in general, especially with Icarus, they look fake. They don't look genuine at all. For instance, in a movie like The Avengers, you can tell the difference between directing style. Zoe Chow, the director of this movie, I don't think she was equipped to do a Marvel movie. She tried her best to make something different, but it did not pan out, in my opinion. The pacing is a little off. The plot is a little off. It's hard to really connect to people that are basically immortal. Unless you're Thor or Loki. Those are the only immortals that ever you feel some kind of connection to in the Marvel Universe. And by the way, how many different ancient secret societies does Marvel have? You have the Asgardians, been on Earth for millions of years, have powers, technology nobody knew about. You have the Wakandans, secret society, been around hundreds of years, who knows how much. And now you have the Eternals. And now also the Deviants. And, the connection to Thanos is barely there. It feels as if it's just like an afterthought. another thing that's really disappointing in this movie is it doesn't make me excited to see a sequel to this movie. Most of the other Marvel movies I want to see sequels to. And this one, I'm just glad, okay, let's get it over with. Let's not talk about these people again. Maybe have them show up once in a while, but I don't see how this connects to the greater universe in general. I mean, there's two end credit scenes that are a little bit exciting. And one of them, it's kind of hints to the Black Knight, which is a character I actually like growing up. He has a very complicated backstory. There's like 3 or 4 of them right now, I think. But the Dane Whitman one was the one I grew up with in the 80s and the 90s. And he was the one that did have a relationship with Cersei. So technically in this movie, you have 3 Avenger characters from the comics in this movie. So I guess you can call it an Avenger adjacent spin-off, But unless they end up joining the Avengers, those are the only... I mean, Black Knight, I hope maybe he gets a Disney Plus show. I don't know if he can carry a movie, and hey, I've been wrong before. I never thought they'd do a Morbius or Eternals movie in the first place, or even Ant-Man. So, hey, if they can pull it off, kudos to you guys. I would rather see a TV show. And speaking of TV show, I thought this movie would have worked better as a TV show because you have like basically thousands of years of story that they try to truncate into like a 2.5 hour movie. So that's where a little bit of the problem lies here. So, the action is okay when what little of it there is, and I thought Salma Hayek was a bit of a waste as an actress in this movie. I thought she would be doing more. And the other end credit scene that I just don't see what the point of is, as they introduce Eros into the Marvel universe. And he is Thanos' brother, okay? And I don't know if he will have like connections to Thanos in future movies, but I talked about it in the last episode, so maybe they have some kind of plan that they're doing at Marvel. I don't know what it is. It's not a particular character I really like. His name is usually Star Fox, and he's a Titan, and he's played by Harry Styles in this movie. And they kind of look the same. He basically looks like a Spock in the comic books. He has pointy ears and stuff like that. He has the power to basically hypnotize women to fall in love with you. But I don't see how that's... Of all the characters that they could adapt, I don't know why. Hey, like I said, I don't know what plan they're doing. I'm hoping the next big storyline would be a proper Galactus movie, since they are introducing the Fantastic Four, and I don't want it to be a cloud this time. And maybe this time they can have all of the Marvel characters join up together and, face him. And since they introduced the Celestials in this movie, that's a way to bring in Galactus because, I think they retconned it into having Galactus wanting to eat the celestial egg or energies of every planet. Or I don't know. They retcon so many times. It's hard to keep track. But I think overall, if you are a Marvel fan, you will probably like this movie. If you're not, I wouldn't suggest watching it. You know, for me, it's just for completist sake. So, tread lightly. I wouldn't suggest this for younger kids either. There's some questionable scenes in there. Maybe for an older kid. And I would say half-heartedly middle thumbs up. Not a full thumbs up, not a full thumbs down. It's worthwhile if you're a comic book fan like I am. But anybody else, I don't think you'll have any inclination to want to watch it or be happy about it. So, that's my review.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
That's the end of the show. Give us a like and please subscribe. And I hope you join us for the next episode.